welcome back, Hunters. I'm the Survivalist, and we return to Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, where we've got another couple of famous flagships to hunt for today's episode. We're just going to make sure we eat, and then we're going after... I think we're going to start with the Lagiacrus today, and then we'll go after Gore Magala second. Oh, okay, didn't get the temper we wanted. Let me just double check our inventory. Nope, almost good to go. Just gotta remember to drop everything off here. Now we're good to go. Yeah, Lagiacrus, I can understand why he hasn't made a return, well... Sort of can understand why he hasn't made a return back. Not the Rune Pinnacle, although that... Actually, you know what? We will go to the Rune Pinnacle for Lagiacrus. Because you fight him in areas that you don't really expect him to... You wouldn't expect him to be around the pinnacle, but they managed to squeeze him into a couple of spaces there. But yeah, I can understand why in World and Iceborne he didn't make a comeback, but it boggles the mind that when it came to like Rise and Sunbreak with Royal Ludroth, they didn't bring back Lagiacrus as well. That just feels criminal. Because that would be a perfect area for Lagiacrus to have shown up in. I'm actually surprised that a lot of monsters that were, like, more aquatic-wise didn't make an appearance, like Zamtrios, Agnactor. Well, okay, granted, Agnactor is not aquatic, but you know what I mean. It's, like, more of a fitting for the environment and such compared to what we got. Especially when you think, like, we had the Rockdors and Zamites as small monsters. I thought those would have been shoo-ins to have seen, like, come Sunbreak, but... I guess not. So we'll have to keep waiting until we do get to see this big boy come back for another mainline entry. But yeah, Generations Ultimate actually didn't have him too bad of a fight to be included in, even with like his aquatic parts not in the hunts. Like the best fights for him, I definitely would say are in Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. Because of the nice mix you have of sometimes you're on its territory, other times he's on yours, and the fight has like that back and forth kind of quality feel for it. And having been able to actually do all three versions of his 3 Ultimate species on the channel, I do have a real nice fondness for Abyssal Lagiacrus too, although... I can see why maybe like certain attacks like that he didn't get brought forward with. It's like, yeah, the supernova ball they shoots out might be a little too wide of reaching of an attack for like some of the titles. Like World and Iceborne, I don't think it would have fit as well with him just being like a generally meant to be like more normal monster. Something like his like Nova Ball there. In some ways, almost feels like an Elder Dragon attack. It at least does work in Generations Ultimate because he is like G rank when he's using this. Hey, and we'll use that. Uh-oh. And... yeah, gotta be careful of the Supernova ones he uses, because those can hit for pretty heavy damage. That, and I think we are using, we're using the Tall Cost stuff, which is not very good against thunder damage. I think it's got a pretty high weakness to it. There we go, he discharged everything he had built up, so now we can be a little bit more aggressive. Although... yeah, it has a very loud roar on land, but I guess if it's going to be loud underwater, it would also be loud on land, too. Ooh. Thank you for the get out of jail card. Again, as much as it's not flashy, its utility is just unmatched. Uh-oh. Yeah, Absolute Readiness will get you out of all kinds of what could have been lethal hits. Trying to see if I can get part breaks on him. Okay, I should be able to get out of the way of that, no problem. I try to be a little bit more strategic when it comes to saving and using Absolute Readiness. Oof, that was a little close for comfort. I can't remember if the shell shockers can only break with, fire element used or not. No. Yeah, he was a little too... Uh-oh, let's get out of that. Yeah, we definitely don't gonna be hit by that super discharge. The shell shockers on his back are the big crystal spines. I can't remember if they can be broken with only flaming shots or just raw damage will do it too. Uh-oh. Yeah, we gave him a little bit of a schnack there, having gotten the, thunder hit. You know what? We will take the tactical retreat. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely going to take that. I didn't realize how low I'd actually gotten from that. Yeah, what is our status for? -7. It's actually not as bad as I thought it would have been for, like, our resistance weakness. I thought it may have been a little lower there, but I guess we got a little lucky with it. Oh! Yeah, it's like the backs... I'm not even sure what to call that, like back snap almost, where he has the next thunder bite ready to go. I want to see... I know you can break those crystals, it's just that they're proving to be pretty stubborn. And if we can break those, I am thinking maybe we'll also try for, cutting the tail off, too, like how we got off Mizutsune's last episode. Because with having used the, haphazard... Oh, dodge that. I think we're a fair distance out. Yeah, so we don't have to worry about that hitting. Yeah, I don't know if we'll see Lagiacrus in Wilds or not. I mean, we do have the Badahara coming back, which means the Leviathan Skeleton is usable. But with also having, what is it, Uthduna? Maybe that's going to be like, like the aquatic apex monster. So we won't see Lagi. There we go. Yeah. Figure it's worth holding on to that a little long. And that's kind of what I thought Mizusune would do to, like, leave the area. It would, like, go hop into the water and swim off. So I think it's coming up here now to land, because I don't think there's any other water access on this map. Oh, yeah, there it is. Popping out like a penguin. Yeah, I'm making a few dumb mistakes here, but at least with it, like, low on stamina, I can be making those. But it is proven to be a bit tough back there, ain't it? There we go. Yeah, I just need to keep firing away until the part does break. And now, we'll see about working off that big old tail of his. I've also found, like, for Lagiacrus, not so much its light bolt, or, like, its gunner armor has a lot of utility, but its light bowgun actually, maybe we'll even see about trying to use its light bowgun next episode. Light bowgun is one of the few that has, like, Pierce 2 rapid fire instead of just Pierce 1. I think it has a pretty heavy recoil to offset that, but there's not a lot of weapons that really do have like level 2 rapid fires of some of the standard ammos. Oh, shoot. That was a complete miss. Okay, we might... No, we're okay. Well, relatively okay. We are still fighting giant lightning croc. God, that tail is pretty stuck on there, ain't it? Uh-oh, better... Yeah, I didn't think we'd be getting out of that one okay without Valor. I know it is adding, like, a little extra to, how long the hunt takes trying to get that off, but I figure we'll still try for it. Yeah, you've calmed down a bit, but you're still proven to be a little hard to get to the backside of. Oh. Kind of surprised it had a discharge there. I thought it would have kept building that up. There we go. Okay, now... Oh, we haven't even gone through all of our Pierce 1s yet. Yeah, now this will go much faster. I think Loggy's weak point is actually his head. Or at least when it comes to, like, bullet damage. It just can be a bit difficult making sure you get the shots on there safely, given he is a very bite and blast-heavy monster. Oh, out of the way of that. Yeah, just doing his little orb spin. Oh, actually, thank you, Natalie, for once you guys put, or well, one of you put the trap in a decent spot for us. I am glad that even though Lagiacrus is a thunder monster, it still is susceptible to, like, getting trapped like that. But it seems like it's got a fair health pool to work it whittling down. No, I did see his sparks a little bit there, but yeah. I think Lagiacrus is basically stuck between only these two areas on the Rune Pinnacle. I mean, it's nice to have it as like a... Oh. I don't know where... No, hang on. I think I know where else Lagiacrus might have gone off to, although I don't know how it gets up there. I think there's actually a pool of water up beside, like, the central area in the Rune Pinnacle. Yeah, because, like, Area 2 seems to be, like, the central location of it, and, yeah, there's water right here. I guess he, like, unless there's, like, some pass he swims up, or he's able to climb up the waterfalls or something. Yeah, so he's enraged again. Not sure how much health he'll have left. But he is proving to be quite the formidable foe. No. Yeah, that was dumb of me. I saw that coming as soon as I pressed it, and I was like, wait, no, that's probably going to... Yep. Yeah, I don't know if an elemental build would help, like, take him down faster than this, or it's just what his health pool is that he seems to be, like, so much tankier than some of the other monsters we've gone after. It could also be, too, because I was aiming more for, like, say, the shell shockers on his back or other things. We didn't, like, do full focus towards, like, his weak spots. But yeah, okay. Are you going to give me an opening to reload? Not overly. Nope, there we go. Ooh, that was very close. I'm actually surprised we didn't get clipped by the hitbox there. And that can be the thing about Monster Hunter's hitboxes, is sometimes they're ridiculous, other times they are amazingly accurate to a point where it's like, oh, I really thought that was going to clip, but just managed to be outside of it. We've been getting quite a few head flinches, but nothing like a knockout yet, although with how long the fight is going on for... And he's not even limping yet either, wow. Yeah, Loggy's got a lot more health than I gave credit for. I'm actually going to have a little bit of the stake, just so that way we have more of a buffer with the Valor style. Now, Gore Magala, I'm not expecting to put up anywhere near as much of a fight. I mean, Gore has some interesting moves and such, but it's also, I think, a lot more... Shouldn't have as much HP as this guy does. Yeah, we pissed him off, so... He might be starting to get low on health here. Okay, you get out of that. And try to get some distance. Yeah, I really want to get ourselves the Valor mode back and ready to go, as that recoil boost is very helpful. There, he's limping. Yeah, we should have him down before we run out of the Pierce tubes. It's likely in G4 where I'll have to start combining the ammo stock I've been saving up. It's just something like bowgun, possibly heavy bowgun, but again, I haven't really done too much progression with heavy bowgun through a number of the Monster Hunter games. Eventually, you always have to start combining your ammo stuff and taking more with you in the field. You just don't have the damage output or steady use as like other weapons get. Or at least with other weapons, you're infinitely doing the attacks. That's kind of where normal 1... From, like, the Wilds demo, I can see why maybe normal 1 might not exist anymore, or it won't be something like it's included in your bags and it's normal 2 you'd get instead. But it could have also have been 2 for the demo for Wilds. The reason why you didn't have normal 1 was just to make so that way if you are multiplayer, you're not using like the super weakest ammo possible compared to like all the other weapons. Yeah, we'll dodge that. Yeah, he is showing signs of being pretty slow there. There we go. One Lagiacrus taken down. He's still one of my favorite monsters. Like, the design is fantastic. The armor set, I mean, I've never really had much utility from it, but his light bowgun, I love the look of it with the silencer on it. We'll carve everything off, and then see about squeezing in a quick Gore Magala hunt. I don't think it'll be too hard taking him down compared to this. I'm not sure if it's just, like, because Lagiacrus, the hit zones aren't as good as some other monsters. Like, I'm fairly sure the head is the weak spot, but it might be that other areas just have a little more resistance to them. You seem to be a lot healthier, or a lot more of a health tank than some of the other fights we've gone after up to this point. And this is even with, again, the crit-boosted Nargacuga thing here. And usually this one's been pretty good at just, like, slicing and shredding through anything we put it up against. There we go. Quest complete. I can't remember if I carved the tail or not. That's one bad habit of mine, is I can't remember if I always carve the tail if I get it off. I think it's because I don't usually go after it, so it always slips my mind on if I have or not. But again, it's not too big of a deal. Yeah, we'll sell that. That's not really too great of a cutscene there. My cat's just failing miserably, and my shot being the one to finish it off. Reach 434 for our hunter rank now. Oh, and that was actually a gold crown tiny. So yeah, when you get a... actually, I haven't even seen a gold crown large in the game for Lagiacrus yet, but you can imagine how big they can get if that's like the smallest variation they come in. Oh, but I guess I did carve the tail since I had 4 items there. So let's just get that. Quickly get ourselves the ammo we need and go after Gore Magala. I'd probably say Gore Magala is the was the best story flagship. I think up until maybe Malzeno with Sunbreak. I was like, trying to think from like Gore Magala with 4 ultimates. He's a monster that was really incorporated in with the story, so that way it felt like it was like a rival and you were going up against it. World Nergigante is kind of a bit weird because, like, yes, you do have a fight with him on Zora's back, but I think that's like the only place you really have that encounter with it. And you know what, since I don't like the Rune Pinnacle that much, we'll go to, yeah, Jurassic Frontier. That's a good one. Gore Magala gets set up nice as a rifle. You have a few different encounters and interactions with it before, like, your big hunt with it, and then it has even more past that point, too, of, like, being a rival. Lagiacrus was actually a nice one for that as well. Oh. Well, we're getting right into things, aren't we? Now, Lagiacrus was a good one. Stragios, I think it was kind of like an okay-ish one. I still feel like because you suddenly had, like, the whole species was, like, more of an issue. Like, as the storyline got to that, and then the climax wasn't, like, really against it in a way. It wasn't as good as, like, some of the other flagships were. And then Iceborne, Velkhana. Velkhana was another decently done flagship. And I'd probably rank it kind of... probably like Lagiacrus in, like, story importance. Like, I think you only had... What was it? Yeah, you had one hunt against it, like, in the field. One in, like, the fortress where you're trying to repel it and use the... it wasn't the Dragnator, it was something else. I'm trying to remember what his special name was. It's basically like the, drilling Dragonator head. But that was a good one. Magnamala was a pretty poor flagship, if I'm honest, for Rise. I honestly think, like, the idea for Rise's flagships were actually Ibushi and Narwa. Because they play much more story relevance once you actually get up to, like, high rank for it. As well as, when you look at, like, the background of, like, Rise logo, it is Ibushi and Narwa facing, like, two different sides for, like, the left and right. That, to me, just felt like it was screaming, these are supposed to be the flagships, but we didn't want to reveal them too early and maybe take away from, like, the usual structure Monster Hunter keeps to itself. Oh, yeah, block that. We'll get a little bit of distance away from you. Oh, dodge that. I mean, I could try getting the tail off for Gore here, but I think I'm just going to focus on trying to get him down in a bit more of a timely manner. Since we have had the Lagiacrus take up a little bit more time than I first expected. Oh, we've got the head break. Oh, and a wing break. I think a reason why Gore Magala also can go faster too is if you get encounters with it and get, like, the frenzy effect off and get it successfully beaten back. Okay, just to help us out when it does come to, like, this state of him, where he's, like, gone, like, I'm not sure if it's, like, super enraged, or it's just, like, enough frenzy's built up that it comes out on him. I figure just to try to get his horns broken in this state, we'll use Slicing Shot. Oh, okay, I don't think we actually got the horns broken, but we managed to do enough damage with just a few Slicing Shots that we're able to knock him out of that. Nope, okay, you're taken off. So, we'll grab the shiny and watch and see what direction he goes. Like, Jurassic Frontier is usually a lot easier to know the layout of where monsters are going off to. At least until they go to, like, the very southern ends or reaches of the map. And then can kind of be a... I thought I just saw, like, a sliding Laranoth in the background there. I might actually have to head back to that, depending on, like, how quick this goes, just to double check that if I remember. But if you do have, like, the frenzy benefit of, like, I think it's just you get more affinity for your weapon, it does give you a pretty helpful boost fighting the Magalas. The Magalas. It is just, though, when it comes to fighting Shagaru, you gotta be much more careful about how the Blight comes your way. Gore here, I guess because it's, like, it's not fully matured or whatever, it's like more of a powder that can sometimes go around. There we go. God, I gotta admit, these past 2 times with the traps have been pretty well deployed. I mean, that still doesn't save me from my own stupidity, but it does help us get some nice, steady shots out without issue. Oh, actually got him knocked over. And yeah, there's the boost again. Even stopped him through his roar there. Come on, Gore, go down. Go down or bring your horns out again, or actually... Are they horns or are they antenna on Gore? Like, I know on Shagaru, like, they seem more fixed like proper horns. But on Gore Magala, I thought they almost can act like antenna in a way. Or maybe it's just like the structure changes through maturing. I haven't really thought about that as much as, like, at this point. I kind of wish I could break them when he's not in that state, just because of... Yeah, he's not even going to get a chance to go to the other state. Okay, where are you going to go from here? So I think he's going straight down to this area next. That's one thing, I gotta remember to put the paint shots in the inventory, because for certain hunts they will help a lot. Yeah, poor guy, I think, is pretty much done. He even kind of recognized himself, like, I can't keep going. Just take your shot and put me down. I feel like it's almost a little too easy to knock him out of his, Oh, wow, we got a mantle from this hunt. That's actually pretty nice to know. Don't think I need it in anything, but... always appreciate when you get one of the, like, rarest drops. Yeah, now I want to head back to where the Lairnoths were, because I swear I saw one just, like, gliding along the background. So we were in this area. Yeah, Lairnoths aren't back here. It was back in the background as we're transferring to this area. Oh, now I don't see them back there. Yeah, truth be told, I don't know if there's ever a reason to have had, like, the zoom in that much when it comes to the scopes. For, like, actually for any of the weapons. I know when it did come to, the Wyvern... Oh, there they are. Yeah, see, they just kind of, like, slide by. I can't tell if the legs are actually moving, or... I don't think they are. I think it's just like one of those, like, Carnival Fair games. You just kind of see the targets go along the track. Where was I before I got distracted there? Right, the zoom scope. So when it came to Wyvern Snipe for the heavy bowgun, you could bring that into focus, and then that would help give you, like, a damage boost to it, but you don't really need the zoom anymore, and I think that's another reason why it just was thrown out when it came to World, and since. Because you're trying to keep more at a certain range of, like, medium range for the light bowgun, there's no reason to really worry about, trying to get, like, the zooming feature. Now, if maybe you could have a way it would change, like, the shot's critical distance, maybe that'd be a nice way to include it, but I don't see that ever coming about to be a thing. Let me just buy up the ammo we've used, and send you guys off for this double flagship hunt that was today's episode. Next episode is going to be a little bit of a weird one with going after Urgon and Yongaruga, but it's basically like cleaning up from G3 and then preparing for the last Elder Dragon hunts into G4. But thank you all very much for joining me on this episode of Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. If you did like the video, be sure to give it a like. And if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure to leave the comments right down below. Until I see you all next video episode, Hunters and Survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.